So guys, I had to come all the way from Ghana to come and join my own Nigerians to protest against the bandits. That bandits, kidnappers must go. So now they are the headquarters. This is Port Harcourt. They are the army barracks. This is the Port Harcourt headquarters. Now the youth of Nigerians are protesting that bandits must go, kidnappers must go. So guys, I had to come all the way from Ghana to come and join my own Nigerians to protest against...
You this Nigerian lady. This Nigerian lady, this nonsense must stop. This nonsense of yours must stop. I've seen you to be respectful on this app, but this one is no. This one is no. If you are going to your Nigeria for your bandit or kidnapping protest, must you go with Ghana jersey? Must you wear Ghana jersey to your bandit protest? I don't want to come the way I used to, because I've seen you on this app that you are very respectful. And if you continue this nonsense, I'll come up on hard way. This is the soft one I've given you now. The jersey you are wearing is the same as our Ghana flag. It is our blood. It is the blood of our forefathers. You cannot use the jersey to go and protest in that Nigeria country. That is not fair. You don't do that. Have you seen any Ghanaian going on protest wearing Nigerian jersey or carrying Nigerian flag? What is all this? What is all this? When I come up hard, they will say, the Nyash president hates Nigerians. And you are doing something for us to speak. Although these protests you people are staging, all is the sense coming from the Nyash president and also South Africans. Which you guys cannot take that glory from me. As I've started pushing you guys, even if now you have learned sense and you want to demonstrate or you want to protest, must you go with Ghana jersey? That's what I don't understand. You are using another man jersey to protest against another country with governments. That's how we do things. This is absolutely nonsense and rubbish. If you don't be small thing, Anyway, I go by the name the Nyash president, and I still remain your favorite, your number one president all over the world. Still, we say power to the winner. One him.
We are going to remind those Nigerians that you are not what you think you are. Go back to your country. Nigerians thought they were smarter and bigger because they were fucking the MPs in the parliament. They were sleeping and scamming the MPs in parliament. Oh gogo, belala no gogo, bebanikeza imali lapha labo gogo base parliament. Abahlale bezela, balala nama Nigerians. Bonke laba bantu abangogogo abangafuni ukuphuma eparlamente, abazenza intombi abagugile, balala nama Nigerians. Wonke lamasonto okudayiswa kwama drugs ama Nigerians asupportwa ngabafazi abadala izalukazi eziseparlamente ezingafuni ukuguga ezingenandaba nezingane zazo. Siyakwazi lokho. Niyakhumbula oMotoso babe supportwa abafazi bamaqembu athile baseparlamente. uOmotoso ehlwengula izingane zakithi. Uyabo? We are shutting down all those churches. All foreign churches will shut down in South Africa. Yeah. Just thank God that I'm not in power. Because if I get a little bit of power, I will stop all this nonsense in South Africa. In 12 months, South Africa will be back on its feet.
We are fighting for resources with people that are from outside, whereas people so that South Africa can be free. So let's picture this. There was apartheid. And everyone said, okay, life goes on as normal. White people keep your stuff. Black people, you have to basically start from scratch. BEE process, it becomes a corrupt process that benefits only those who are close to a few people. So the poor of the poor have never benefited from this economy, mind you, because they have to start from scratch with no connections, nothing, right? And when they do that, suddenly comes the poor people from all over Africa who have problems with their government, competing with who? The poor people. Because remember, they're not competing with the politicians, that they're not. They're competing with the very poorest of poor of South Africans. So what happens is we are the country with the biggest gap between the rich and the poor in the world currently. So what is happening to that gap? It's extending, right? So when it's widening, these people come here, right? Because our laws are meant to protect them, because we're xenophobic. So the world, the media is trying to make them look like the victims. Anything you say to these people doesn't work. The police are scared to arrest them. NPOs and NGOs are protecting them.
We're your friend, the Nyash president. The number one Nyash president in the whole world.
The whole world.
No any comparison. People
everywhere.
I'm coming to you live from Johannesburg at a march that's meant to march against anti-xenophobia sentiments here in South Africa. It's called Kopanang Africa Against Xenophobia. This is a group of organizations that are fighting against growing anti-xenophobia sentiments here in South Africa. They are saying enough is enough. We've had quite a number of protests that have come from various organizations protesting against illegal immigration here, protesting against foreigners that are working here in South Africa. And today we have hundreds of people that are marching. I'm going to be shortly showing you the numbers that are here. Let's just look at the numbers that are here. A lot of people coming here to march. You can even see the posters that are here. One is written, "Say no to xenophobia." The other one saying migration is not an answer. Blaming migration is not an answer. Let's just listen in to the noises and the shouts that are here. These are a group of South Africans and foreign nationals that are marching to say no to xenophobia. They are saying the growing anti-foreigner sentiments here in South Africa are too much, and they are even condemning officials that have resorted to using foreigners and migrants as a way of garnering votes, saying that must stop. This is happening live in Johannesburg. Quite a large group of people, including South Africans and foreigners, protesting against what they call anti-xenophobia sentiments here. I'm going to bring to you one of the leaders of this march just to tell us what is happening. Sir, tell us as an organization, why are you part of this march?
I'm part of this march because of this xenophobia is too much in South Africa. So we need to fight for the rights of all migrants. They must have rights in South Africa. They must be documented with the government. If they are looking this chart, we need to help these migrants because police are taking advantage for the migrants, as well as those March and Judula. They are also taking advantage for the migrants. We need everybody to be documented and everyone to be respected on human rights basis.
We have seen foreigners being chased away from hospitals and threats of foreigners being chased away from schools. What are you saying about that?
This is not good at all because we fight for that. These people, they must have access to the health services, and also they must have access to everything that is needed in South Africa. Africa belongs to Africa, and this is an African continent. We advise each and everybody to respect the constitutional law of South Africa.
Thank you very much. We have seen one of the leaders of this protest coming in. The group is quite large. Apologies for the noises because there is a sound system in front and the protesters coming. But let me stop to this one human rights lawyer that I see here just to understand how we're going. Hi, ma'am. How are you?
Hi.
You are live on Deutsche Welle. Why are you as Kopanang Africa having this protest today?
So I'm supporting it because I think the attack on immigrants at the moment is also an attempt to make South Africans look away from the things that are standing in the way of delivery of what everybody needs.
What are some of the issues as far as anti-foreigner sentiments and actions are concerned that you are complaining about today, that you have seen?
So I think things like blocking clinics, saying clinics can only be for some people. Okay, and it's a problem because if the, sorry, excuse me.
No, that's
if the clinic queue gets shorter, I think budgets are going to be further cut, which is already the problem, not that some 5 to 10% of people in our country were born elsewhere.
How do you think the government of South Africa should intervene? We have seen these anti-foreigner sentiments growing. We have seen sometimes violence being implemented by those that are evicting foreigners from their trading stores.
Yes.
How do you suggest the government should deal with this?
Well, I think they're supposed to, if they were serious about being for human rights and against racism, then I think they would intervene to stop those kinds of things. But I fear actually that a lot of the anti-immigrant sentiment is actually coming from the top. So that is part of the problem that I fear we face. It's too convenient. It's too convenient for government.
You think there are government officials that are pushing these sentiments?
We have definitely seen it since the end of apartheid, actually quite soon after the end of apartheid. Mandela was already making veiled comments like, thank you for coming here, but you can go back to your home countries now. And I think right from the start, we've also seen whenever there's a flare-up in anti-migrant sentiment, often there's things being hidden behind that, right? Or things being excused. And we've often seen important figures, whether official government figures or, for example, members of royal families, making those comments and not being brought to book for it. There's no accountability, right? So for a long time, I think government has been failing on this issue and allowing racism to creep back in the door, a different kind of racism.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah, we're now going to take you back to see the crowd of people that are here. We'll just stand by the side for you to see the number of people that are here. And maybe for now, let's just look at some of the posters that they are putting up there. We'll just get closer to look at some of the posters. Unite against xenophobia. No person is illegal. Stop xenophobia and defend human rights. Just pan to this side. These are some of the posters that we see here. Let's put them. These are some of the posters there for those that are joining us who are coming to you live from Johannesburg at a march by pro-migrant groups that are saying a lot of anti-foreigner sentiments are growing in this country and they want that to stop. Let's just listen in. This is a march that's happening in Johannesburg today. Kopanang against xenophobia, an organization of many organizations protesting against the victimization of migrants here in South Africa, are marching here to make their word heard that foreigners are welcome in this country, and those that are undocumented, the Home Affairs Department should document them instead of them being hunted down and arrested, and instead of them being victimized. These are the sentiments that we're getting. But let's talk to Brian Musiringa, one of the leaders of the Zimbabwean community here. Why are you part of this march today?
We are consolidating the Freedom Month, also reminding people that freedom was born for human rights, and also what is alleged to be freedom should be giving people the universal rights that's inclusion, which align with social cohesion. So today we are here to remind our hosting countries who's been having mixed feelings but tolerant to some extent that Africa, we are all going through problems, and there are also other issues just to do with push and pull factors.
As migrants in South Africa, what are some of the things that you are saying you are being victimized about?
Mostly, they are all interlinked to access to health, and also children who are supposed to qualify for tertiary, they are being denied that privilege due to lack of access to renewed documents, which are alleged to be still in the system pending, but non-functional on the ground.
Thank you very much. Let's go back to the music and see the groups as they sing. They are almost about to reach their destination now, but let's just listen in as they dance. Let's talk to one of the presidents of workers' unions here in South Africa, Mr. Mameto. Why are you part of this march today?
Well, it is actually to express our denouncement of the xenophobic drift in the country. There's a right-wing populist drift to blame every problem we have on the migrants, from the mass unemployment to the crumbling services, healthcare, education. The fact of the matter is, it is outrageous to say that just about 5% of the population are responsible for 12.4 million unemployed people in this country. It's also not true that the healthcare crisis and the education crisis in our school has anything to do with the migrants. I'll give an example. Last week I went to my local hospital. This is a hospital that has been built since the 1990s. I was there when the stone was first laid in 1997-98. Even now it's still not complete, right? Almost about what? 25 years later and so on. And that hospital or whatever healthcare center was empty. The reason is because locals don't go there in my rural area, because there's no doctor there, there's no medication, there is barely any facility and so on. Those people like me, because when they said I must now transfer for my allergy, which is the reason I'm wearing glasses, to a hospital 40 kilometers away, 50 kilometers away, I refused. I said, no, I'll get treatment in Gauteng, right? So, many people from Limpopo, from Mpumalanga and others, they come from all of those areas because of the poor facilities, understaffing, under-equipment, under-resourcing of, medicine in those particular hospitals and clinics, right? So something with the schooling. So I'm saying to you that scapegoating of all of these problems on the migrants that are clearly related with the deindustrialization of the country, massive closures of the mines, of the factories across all the key manufacturing sectors of the economy. You'll have seen, even, in February, manufacturing declined by 2.8%. This is part of the long-term trend that has been happening. It's the same situation with mining, right? So, the fact of the matter is, this is the reason behind unemployment. The reason behind poor healthcare, poor, education, which is evidence in the long queues, which is evidence, in long queues in our hospitals and clinics, which is, evidence in staff shortages, in our schools. All of that has to do with the austerity and the corruption. The Tembisa Hospital was looted to the tune of over 2 billion. One hospital, right? At the same time, the austerity means that, the neoliberal program of the ANC means that private healthcare is privatized, right? Look at, for instance, this country is spending way above what World Healthcare Organization recommend for spending on healthcare. We're spending 8% of the GDP compared to what healthcare organization recommendation of 5%. The problem is distribution of the spending between the public and the private. Medical aid scheme, for instance, spent 28 billion rands, right, on administrative costs. That is a cost of building 40 hospitals in this country. When you take the profits of the big, private healthcare monopolies, you can build over 100 hospitals in this country. So it's a crisis of capitalism, it's a crisis of neoliberalism, the crisis of austerity, of corruption that they want to blame on the innocent people. And we can agree to that.
Thank you very much. You can hear for yourself, he's one of the workers' union leaders here in South Africa, saying all cannot be blamed on migrants. There is corruption. There are issues of failures by the government and municipalities in different places. So he's saying for them, they are saying no to victimization of foreigners. That should come to an end. The government should put this act together. And of course, because most of these complaints are about a number of groups are saying there are too many illegal or undocumented immigrants here in South Africa. They are also saying those immigrants are stealing jobs and causing crime. But this group here saying they can't be victimized for all South Africa's problems. The police should do their part. The Department of Home Affairs should do their part. And everyone should do their part. I just want to get my camera person to pan on the side as we see you, as we round down here by showing you the number of people that are here. We'll just look at them as they pass. These are for those that are joining us who are coming to you live from Johannesburg at a march by pro-immigrants groups that are saying too much victimization of immigrants is happening here in the country, and that should stop. They are saying immigrants should not be blamed for all South Africa's problems. But let's just listen in to some of the music as they sing. But we'll show you as they start moving as we round up our broadcast. Quite large groups of people that are here. You can see a few hundreds already that are lining up on the streets of Johannesburg to air their views and of course express their anger against the victimization of foreigners in South Africa. This is according to what they are saying. They are saying quite a lot of systems here, including government systems, are not treating foreign nationals well. You can see one of the posters here that says, "Unite against xenophobia." This is Thuso Khumalo coming to you live from Johannesburg. Thank you very much for joining us. But this is a march that's continuing, that's going to go on for almost an hour from now. These people going street by street, expressing and highlighting the plight that is faced by foreign nationals here, saying foreign nationals are being victimized and that should stop. They are being terrorized by some organizations and that should stop. And of course, we know that there are organizations that will not agree with the stance that is being taken by these people here, especially those that have fought for foreigners, especially undocumented foreigners, to go back to their countries, saying they are cloaking the health systems, they are cloaking employment, they are cloaking schools, so they should go back. And I know they won't agree with what is happening here, but today, this is the march that's happening here in Johannesburg. Thuso Khumalo coming to you live from Johannesburg. It's a bye for now as we join